Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice tea Earl Grey hot. So welcome back to the game, and previously we got some inmates which worked out okay right until the point where I stopped feeding them. So that was all on me. I take full responsibility. We've sorted that out now and we're going for the inmate nutritional research. We did get a couple of other grants done as well. It was like tool clean-up and crackdown on drugs, as well as the tracker pilot scheme, that sort of thing. We do still have a couple of issues to tackle, but that's obviously par for the course with Prison Architect. The main focus at the moment is on the flooring, so the walk speed is actually reasonable. I probably want to go ahead and add in maybe double the amount of wind solar hybrids, but yeah, haven't decided. And then we're going to go for some workshop stuff as well. So obviously the workers have got a fair bit to crack on with, so we're going to give them even more to do because, well, it's going to be a more tiles all the time channel again, and this is just going to have in, you know, some of the sort of usual suspects here. And hang on, wait, is that was that one wrong? Hang on, I don't know, I can't remember. Let's just go ahead and do that, and then over to here, and this is just all of the sort of outliers that I didn't manage to get done. I should be all fine in a moment, but obviously it's just going to take a bit of a sort of manual look at placing these things in, so that's alright. That'll go down like so. That one's already done. Most of these ones have been sort of completed. There's just a couple of, like I say, outliers because of the positioning of things, so I already knew and mentioned about the middle being slightly different, and I was just going to build it, you know, with these corner pieces in mind, knowing that I'm going to have to come back and sort of redo it, but that's alright. It's not exactly a huge amount of money, and we've got decent money anyway because of the sheer amount of inmates that we have in the facility. So yeah, it's going to be, I think, a nice little aesthetic touch. I also need to do the inside of each one of these, but we'll get onto that later on. And let's see, this is going to be even more of a challenge for me here. Let's just go ahead and do that one. And then it's that one, and then that piece, and then more line tiles, which goes down there, and fun. Here we go. So this is going to be actually that. Is that going to be that? I think so. I don't think we need that one, but we do need that one, and that one, and then these, like so. Then this. Yeah, and then finally these bits as well, and hopefully with that everything is pretty much done. I'm hoping that's the case. It seems to be alright. I think we need some more janitors somewhere at some point, but there you go. All the line tiles are pretty much in, which I'm very pleased with. Good, okay, so the workshop. Let's sort that out, and we're going to have some workshop saws. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saws. Let's go with 10 of each, shall we? Will that be a bit of a problem? It will become a bit of a problem, actually, because we're running low on space, specifically for carpenter's tables. I can put them on to the side like that. I will put in some tables, because we do need tables in, and then I'm going to go with solar, practice solar panels, which, that's not going to fit in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove this bottom section, dismantle, get rid of those. We'll probably sell them. We have no use for them. So how much have we spent so far? Ooh, about 50 grand. That's alright. Why solar? Because I've put sock, that's why. That's why that's not happening. Yeah, it's a shame you can't rotate those. Okay. So dismantle. I bet you I dismantle the light above that. Oh no. I don't think so. No, I think actually it was. Yeah, there's one in stock. Right, okay. That's what's happened there. So, it goes there. There's our solar panels. I'm going to actually move these tables up to there. Like that. The reason for that is I can then go to tables place them either side, like that. Just need to power up the ones at the top here, so we'll just run that. And with that, we can run, well, I'm going to stop a lot of this kitchen safety and hygiene, workshop safety induction, and where's the other one? Solar panel development, which there's only one person apparently wants to go on that one. And then obviously prison labour, it's already maxed out anyway. So that's going. Right, that's fairly handy. We can probably slow the pace down a little bit now, which is good. And put these in here. I'm going to do that side as well. And I'm going to do all of this. And I haven't put any doors on there, but that's fine. On the outside here, we want walk speed to be a bit quicker. What's the fastest walk speed, tiles-wise? We can put more of these, but I don't want to because it'll look potentially... Yeah, it'll look potentially just a bit sort of samey. Coloured stone tiles, that might look nice. Or the weathered tiles. We've got orange tiles, carpet, grass. These are all, I think, the mod. Can't use carpets or anything like that. Ceramic is indoor only. Mud is, yeah, slow speed. There's a lot of indoor only, actually. Bamboo, that's obviously indoor. Wood, that's normal speed. Reclaimed rubber. Oh, that might look alright. Let's see. Let's see what that'll look like. Actually, it might look quite nice because when we put in the perimeter wall, it'll sort of marry up with that colour scheme, I think. Either way, that's going in. And I think it's going to have to be a prisoner uniform pack buying type of job here. There we go. So we've served 3 high quantity, high variety meals, so that's good. I'm now going to go to free time, policy, and it's a single low meal. And that's again for inmate nutritional research. Good. Alright, there's that shakedown underway, which is good as well. I think I will put in a running track in here. £8,000. £8,000 though. Needs. How we're doing? We're actually doing pretty well. Literature and luxuries has always, you know, got that high need there. It can never go to critical. So that's alright. I think let's say this is all alright. There's loads of stuff in here, loads of logs, move them to exports and such. And danger level is going up, because obviously we've just searched the entire place, so the guy's going to be a bit sort of, what? What's going on? And that's a technical term, just to let you know. There's more intake, which is all good. People are now working in the workshop, so we're looking at producing license plates. I'm pretty sure prisoner Scott Gall there, I'm pretty sure if I search prisoner, they had something on their person. There was a flash of a hammer. Now, it hasn't been detected when they went through this metal detector, so, you know, there is chance of it failing, I think, but still, it's, yeah, it is what it is. Let's have in these concrete tiles, like that. And for this one, I think I want to go with cargo floor. And for visitation, we're going to go with, we're going to go default wood, even though it's £4,000. And then I'm going to go white tiles in the other canteen. And job done. Okay. All this bottom here hasn't been... we haven't done anything around here, which is... Yeah, a bit of a shame. I don't know what I'm going to do for this walkway. What I'm going to do with that one. For the internals... Internals... Just like the worst superhero movie you've ever seen. Well, not seen, maybe. I'm going to go with this laminate. Fire-resistant laminate, I believe. Better be for the amount of money I've just spent on the thing. Okay. Is that right? Or is that wrong? Doesn't really matter. I'm not too bothered. Not really too bothered. Let's see. white tiles in all of these. And in the infirmary. Green energy goal 9 has been completed. The output from all green power sources has been increased by a factor of 2. Which one was that then? Green energy goal was at 9. Fully charge 100 batteries. So I don't know how much money we were getting. I'm looking through here and wow. So every time we see, I'm just going to pause it. Every time we see consulting, that's the fine that we are, that's the money we're making when we fine the inmates directly because of the whole contraband thing. So it's not like game changing, but it is working. And again, it's something different. That was always the intention of this one. Make something a bit different. And well, I think it is just that. All this flooring has been ordered, but we're still waiting for it to actually get done. So, what is it that we maybe need to focus on? Well, reform. Reduced our average infirmary rate 22%. This is good. That means that if I pick up the reformed initiative, no, prisoner reoffending rate, reduce the reoffending rate to 30. This is the problem. It's reduce it to 30, not under. That's the big problem. Okay, reform through education initiative. That is the obvious one, isn't it? Bureaucracy, yeah, not classroom and all of that. Yeah, we need one of those. So one can go over here. And then I've got one more room. Let's have a look at programs. Carpentry apprenticeship, no. Foundation education program, we need that. Pharmacological treatment, drug addiction, we start that off. Alcoholics, we can't do that one. Parole, I haven't got. Parole, I would very much like as well. But this is just a bit too big for a parole room. Where could parole go? I mean, people have said about the cleaning cupboard, shrinking that down, but it's a wage. That's why we've got that in there. I could even put a parole, like, just in a corner here, because we're going to need a pantry and such. I know it's a bit of a weird place to have it. It's a very weird place to have it. I'll have a think about that one. We've got farm work and safety, flower therapy, animal therapy. That's a meeting room. Conflict resolution is a meeting room. 3 strikes is a common room. We're not going to have that. Classroom and meeting room. Yep. It's fairly obvious, I think. It's going to be classroom and a meeting room. I think that's probably the best we're going to get. Okay, objects. So office desk goes in there. We need office desk and school desk. School desk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's just that'll do. Meeting room is just a chair, I believe. Yeah, chair. Chair, standard chair. But I have a plan for this one, and the plan is that we're going to have in bookshelves. Let's have bookshelves like this. And to be fair, it does sort of fit the whole meeting room thing. In fact, I think I'm just going to put them like that because it'll look fairly cool. Right, that's in. Excellent. We do need to put some flooring in. It's going to be wooden floor for at least the first 2 rooms. Chapel would make sense to have wood as well. And probably the shop. Probably going to put the shop in it, but we just don't have the funds available for that. But we'll order that. Okay. We've almost finished one of the inmate nutritional researches anyway. So once we've done that, grants-wise, I'm going to go for the Reform to Education initiative. That'll be good. And see how we get on there. You can see the workers are still cracking on with installing the flooring. And we do have 12 workers now. So that's all good there. 1 generic currency consulting for each. 1. There's the needs there. Looking a lot healthier than previous, which I'm happy about. Let's see about... Oh, there's that grant completion. So, I'm going to go grants, reform to education initiative, policy, medium for food quantity and variety respectively. It's going to be work lockup in the middle. It's going to be eat there and there and there. Okay. So, build a classroom. Yeah, we have to work on that one. How are we doing for exports? 3,685 exports, which is good. That's went up because obviously we doubled the amount of energy that these generate. Yep. Let's see. Flooring. Wooden flooring goes in. Like I said, having all of these set with a metal detector would be pretty good. Do I need all of them though, is the question? I don't think I do. Let's see. Dangers. So we only need it actually in 3 rooms. So I'll do just that. Metal detector. So it is... Actually, no, that can't be true. That cannot be true. It has to be 4 rooms. Yeah, that's strange. Look at that. So obviously we knew that the kitchen is going to supply stuff. That's the obvious one. The infirmary was also going to supply some contraband. Cleaning cupboard, not much of a surprise. Club and poison, but what is a surprise is laundry. Why is it not saying that there is not going to be a rope there? You'd think, yeah, that would be on that list, but apparently it's not. And I do not know why. But I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to add that up like that. And like that. I think that's it, isn't it? Do these ones go in? No. So that's going to detect contraband coming out of that one. So if they do try to nick it, we can figure it out quickly. There's Gary Chambers. But with... Yeah, that's the... I'm not going to say that's the proper head, but that's Crystal A. Yes. Fair enough. Over to here then, and there's going to be a couple of things that I can get rid of. So, namely, it's not there. Storage, arena storage. So, there's saws and presses, health monitors, tracker monitors, the router, the boxes, a spare press, pool tables. I can't see me using those. The press. And there you go. And just doing that, that's a lot of money coming in. And for this, how do I want to connect that up? Not gonna. Actually, that would be fine. There you go. There's some more consulting fees as well. All right. Well, I think it would be rude not to copy this over to the other side. Quick build, custom, cloning, and it's just the internal bits. Don't think we need to flip it either. Click. And that'll get that done. I did say at the start of the series this is probably going to be one of the shorter ones, and it still feels like that's the way. Let's have a quick look. Foundation Education Programme. Let's have a quick look. Alcoholics Group can't do that. Behavioural Therapy, new. Animal Therapy in a meeting room, yes. Conflict Resolution, yes. 3 strikes, yes. Reform Prisoner Consultation, yes. The one that I'm really regretting is we don't have, for better or worse, a parole. Average offender rate's down to 20%. Huh. How come it's been one of the best reform prisons we've had? I do not know. Okay. I'm just going to go with walls here. And technically put fencing in, but you get the idea. And we'll have to have doors. Do we have fences? Fence standard. Can have 3 in a row. I don't really like the idea of that. I'm going to put one in. Let's have a look. Like this. I don't know if these are the right orientation. Almost certainly not. But I was about to say I could go back and change them, but unless it's massively offensive, I probably won't. Because mechanically they're all the same. Metal detector. There we go. No, I think they are in the right orientation because I think they're slid open. Lock open. Oh yeah, they're opening them correctly. That's good. Fantastic, fantastic. Right. Like this, and like this, and like that. Right. The farming, there'll be a future me problem because I think jobs-wise, everybody's got a job. Logistics, prison labour. We've got this at, say, 12. Similar again for the laundry. And then here. Okay, yeah, we just need more people. I think that's what's going to happen here. This thing. I'm going to... I don't need to fence it off, but it'll look probably a bit better fenced off. Like that. And metal detector. It's going to go there and there. Obviously we'll require some connections to power. Which is now in. And basically, apart from the two farming / forestry areas, whatever we're going to set it up as, it's just these two cell blocks. One thing I haven't done, and this was, to be fair, pointed out, and rightly so, I haven't got patrols around the cell blocks. And I probably should. Because if they're going to detect a doggo, use a doggo to detect tunnels, you want to detect it earlier. And I totally agree. Let's have a magenta patrol in the middle. In here. So assign a guard, assign a dog handler, and then it's going to be dog handlers like this. And I'm going to obviously have to hire a lot more dog handler. Right. How many have I got patrol-wise? Quite a few. Let's get 16. I think that'll do us for now. We've still got positive daily cash flow, so, you know, not concerned about that one. It looks like Colin is doing workshop safety induction, which is what we want. People are doing lots of practice solar panels. How many do we need to do before we get that grant? 20% we're currently on. Have 25 inmates successfully passed the solar panel development course. The percentile bonus for reformation rates for completing the program will increase to currently at 25%. So, which is good for reform, which is handy. Yes. So planning, I can remove all of that and all of this. Anything down here. So I do want to do some staff training. And staff training will be fire safety and first aid and taser rollout. And we need training room, classroom. So this is a meeting room, we need a training room, and I don't think it's in quick build. No, it's not in quick build. Didn't think it was. Okay. And also our kennel is far too small. I'm going to have to double that. Training room. Minimum size 4x5. I can fit it on the back there, I think. What I'm going to do is quick build. Not custom. Quick build. And kennel. Rotate, flip. It's going to go on the back there. And over here, foundations, building brick. I'm going to sort of attach this to the back. Like so. And then we'll have an entrance. Doors, staff room. That should do it for now. Move those bits of planning there. Don't need those bits of planning. And I guess patrols over here as well. It's magenta we're using for this one. Normally it's the other way around, I think. Not that it matters. So that one goes there. And a guard goes there. Good. We probably put them in visitation, maybe? No, I don't think we need to, actually. I don't think we need to bother. Okay. Danger level is... Are we serious risk of a fire if it breaks out? Yeah, we are. They're not wrong there. So, I'll actually get on top of that. Sprinkler. Fire sprinkler. It's going to go there, there. Green energy goal 8 completed. 1 green energy source of each type will be delivered. Okay. And that was to fully recharge. No, I'll be sending back to the grid, won't it? Player must not use a power station for 10 in-game days. Okay, fair enough. So we've got this power... Yeah, we've got this power station. I don't think I can do anything with them. Because they're not really going to fit in properly. I mean, it'll go on like that. Yeah, they'll fit on the end. Whatever. Might as well use them. We've got them, you know. Danger level is going right up. That's probably because of the search, so... Not going to concern myself too much with that one. There's animal therapy for these guys, which is good. And how are we doing over here? Okay, meeting room. Meeting room, which will require... No. Almost got that wrong. Training. Training room. Alexa. What do we need? Office desk. And have a scroll down. First aid. It has to be on a wall, like that. Grit bin, which we don't really use. Rat trap, which again don't think we really need to have that. But whatever. And then chairs. In fact, I'm going to get rid of some of those so I can have more chair. Okay, bit cramped. Bit of an ad hoc situation, but we'll survive, I think. And that's without power. How did that default to concrete? It did. I've had that problem before. That's something I will redo. Like that. Apparently there's lots of tunnels being found right at the top here, and I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's very curious. Right. Could make us a lot of money if we added a death row to the facility. Yes, and we're not going to. Yeah, that's not happening. There's a serving table. I might as well sell it because we've finished this now. It's in. So I don't know why that's like that. Let's have a quick look at needs. There is clothing needs. When in doubt, buy a massive pack of uniforms. And that normally fixes the problem. Water running like this. And that's obviously for stopping that. Whoa, look at that danger level. Wow. Whoa, hang on. Is that escaping? Spoiling. They're spoiling. Looks like they're after this guy. Looks like we've got doggos on top of it. Yeah, there's the bow tie bandit. Little Jimmy. And that's all being sorted. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Meeting room. Training room. Training room is now in. Let's see about doing some guard taser. And fire safety. And first aid. I'm actually going to change that up because I want to do more first aid than I want to do fire safety. Just because. There we go. Danger level is heading down right now. Which is good. Okay, well, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Maybe a bit shorter than usual, but that's okay. Next episode, we don't really have a choice in the matter. I'm going to go for a big loan. And then it's going to be double clone. And then after that, It's going to be whatever these rooms are. I did say farming before. We don't need farming, and it does complicate matters because there's a whole logistical thing. We could just go with... Where is it? Forestry. Have I unlocked forestry? Forestry labour. Yeah, I can do forestry. I don't know. I'm going to have a think about that one. It makes no mechanical difference what we do, really. So, we shall see. Farming might be just a bit more different. I don't know. Let me know what you think. As always, we will go from there. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.